Hello and welcome to another episode of the Geek Tech Show. In today's video we are featuring the Stingo. This is a very interesting tool that features a lot of really good concepts all in one. The Stingo Pentium Edition. I really wish this was in orange, but although it's not perfect, it's one step away from it, because the previous version had the whip over here and this no longer showcases the whip. So what makes this one so great about this? One, it has a double use as a self-defense thing in case you need it. Two, it features a window breaker right about here. It's so sharp that it needs something like this to be over it. Not really necessary, but it is pretty extremely sharp over here. Right there is a seatbelt cutter that you can also use. The self-defense application to this, it can double as a Kubotan. You can see the difference between them. The big difference between a Kubotan and this is a keychain Kubotan. Unfortunately, a keychain Kubotan is nearly useless for self-defense. One, it is too small. Two, it doesn't really have much of a grip to it. The grip here is pretty bad. You can actually hurt your hand more than you hurt any opponent with something like this. On the other hand, this is primarily used for the vehicle, not as self-defense, but this has so much better grip to it. The only downside to this is unfortunately the seatbelt cutter can accidentally cut you if you put your finger right here. So be careful with that. So when you're gripping this, always be mindful where your finger actually is. This is one of the biggest downsides to this, especially if you need to escape from your car and you need to grab something like this to break the window. Other than that, this is great. The Stingo with the whip was good, but practical purposes, the whip version was the best of both worlds, but like the jack of all trades and the master of none, the Stingo and the one with the whip had the biggest problem with it. It was not a very good mechanism for helping yourself to get out of the vehicle. At the same time, it was not the best self-defense mechanism as well. This one does one thing and does it well. What it does so well is that it is small. It can actually be used to break out of the window, and in case you need this for self-defense, it can double up for it too. Because its size is what makes it one of the best Kubotans out there too. So you're actually buying two-in-one tool instead of actually paying for both of them and having two of them in your vehicle or on you. The weight of this thing is about 6 ounces, making it slightly heavy, almost the size of your smartphone, that is. When it comes to the length of this, it is a whopping 7 inches long, all combined. On the width side, we are talking about 1 inch across. So this is pretty good. So let's go ahead and get some expert over here to figure out if this thing is any good, and ask them what they think of this ultimate self-defense and car escape weapon. So when it comes to escape and breaking this in the window, what you have to do is to locate the special spot, which is going to be right about here or right there. As a trained somebody who did some firefighting before, this is where I was told that you're supposed to be braking. It's the easiest one to get into and to break out in the vehicle. That being said, this could be used anywhere else in case you need to. And if you don't have any time, you need to escape, just use this tool. Just make sure you grip it the right way, and then put your face away from the window, and then you're going to be hitting it pretty hard to get it out. And yes, you might cut yourself, but if you have to get out, you have to get out. So if you have a glove or anything for your hand to protect it, it is actually the best thing that you can do to get it out, to get yourself out of here. Then once you break the window, just keep on breaking the glass so you don't accidentally get scratched as you get out of the car. Stingo. New versus old, which is better? And here it is for the demo purposes. You can see that the smallest one, which is not a Stingo, is this small. You can see the size of this is so much bigger. But when it comes to comparing the original and the new one, you can see a big difference between those two. And personally, I think the old one is pretty decent. I like the way this was designed like a hammer. Unfortunately, this did not make it as a good self-defense weapon. Plus, you have to press a button for this to crack the glass as well. And we have the seatbelt opener right here. Although this makes more handy in the vehicle, when it comes to using it for self-defense, this was not it. You couldn't use it at all. On the other hand, the new one, it's flashy. It's much more bigger. It got all solid metal construction, which this one had plastic all around on the bottom, and almost no metal whatsoever on here. So you're getting more buck for your money on this one. It's all metallic right here. In fact, it's almost all entirely metallic. The downside of this is it's a jack of all trades and the master of none. This was the perfect escape tool for your vehicle. Really great for you to hold if you need to break the window. You have more than enough room here not to get damaged with the flying glass that might come out of it. Very good for you to pull this across the seatbelt and to get it cut as well. On the other hand, this one here was the jack of all trades. It's kind of a little harder for you to pull this. There's no really that great of a grip for you to cut off the seatbelt with this tool right here. Easily you can get cut accidentally over here. This one, it's much harder for you to get cut with that. And to break the glass, you gotta hold this right here. You can see that's not good. You can see the difference here. Holding this, there's a lot more safety that you have between the impact zone and the actual tool. You can see right here, unless you're very careful, you can accidentally just get too close to the glass when you're going to be hitting to escape from your vehicle. That being said, as a self-defense tool, this has a lot of merit to it by being bigger, longer, sharper, better constructed than other Kubotans out there, such as this one right here. And actually, this is actually its best selling point, would be a Kubotan. Unfortunately, because it also doubles as a seatbelt cutter opener, it makes a poor version of a Kubotan because of that. Because you can easily get cut off, your hand actually cut by gripping it the wrong way, which is you're grabbing it and here we go, the mistake right there. You're going to be cutting your finger by gripping it the wrong way, which I'm not going to do. So this is good. It's a good tool. I like it, but I have my reservations about just because of this right here. This makes it, although it makes it a better tool for an emergency and escape, it makes it a worse tool for the self-defense version of the Kubotan function in here.